Welcome to Private Club Radio, your weekly source for industry education, news and discussion. Broadcasting from Tampa, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, Gabriel Aloisi.
This week's guest is Henry Wallmeyer of the National Club Association, and Henry is going to come on and give us a preview of the upcoming National Club Conference that's happening at the Ocean Reef Club in May of 2020. It's an event that you're going to want to put on your calendar, and you're going to get all those details in just a minute. So we're only one episode away from number 200 here on Private Club Radio, and we've got a couple special treats in store for you. First of all, Mr. Leighton Walker, the host of Golf Club Talk UK, will actually be hosting episode number 200. He'll be interviewing me, and we're going to discuss some of our favorite moments from the last 100 episodes here on Private Club Radio. It's going to be a ton of fun, so I hope you'll come back next week to listen to that one. All right, without further ado, let's turn it over to the National Club Association. Well, this week's guest is a returning veteran of Private Club Radio, Mr. Henry Wallmeyer, President and CEO of the National Club Association. And Henry's here to talk about the upcoming National Club Conference that's going to be in a pretty spectacular place. So, Henry, I'll let you do the honors and tell us where the new conference is going to be next year.
Hey, Gabe, how are you? And thanks so much for having me again. I do appreciate it. Yes, we are super excited about our 2020 National Club Conference because we are going to be at the Ocean Reef Club in Key Largo, Florida, May 17th to the 19th. This is a spectacular place, yes. I think you've had the opportunity to be there. You know it, but there are a lot of people across the country who've only heard of it and heard of the amazing things about it, and now this is a chance for them to go and not only experience our conference, but more so be able to experience all that Ocean Reef Club has to offer.
Yeah, I know you're going to have some pretty amazing activities and events outside of the actual education sessions for people, so I'd love to start off there and talk about what are some of those outrageous things you've got planned for this conference, Henry.
Absolutely. And hopefully, because it is such a great event and there's so many things to do there, that people will still come to the education sessions. They won't just take advantage of everything that Ocean Reef has to offer. But, scheduled activities that we're going to have or include, an intro to pickleball. Obviously, that's a huge growing thing at clubs. They've got a great facility down there. They've got a great instructor. So people are going to be able to learn how to play pickleball. There'll be a round-robin tournament. That's one of the activities we're going to have. We're going to have a blue water fishing tournament where we're going to put people in a boat. They'll be able to go about half hour, off of Ocean Reef and be able to do some nice, good, deep water fishing there, and hopefully bring back dinner that we're going to use at.
That'd be nice. Some fresh caught fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Use that. We'll also do, have events and opportunities for people to do snorkeling on the Ocean Reef right there. That's, absolutely beautiful. It's some of the best snorkeling that we've got, anywhere here in the United States. We'll also look at doing fun things like a powerboat poker run. So you get in a boat, you'll drive around, sort of like scavenger hunt. You'll pick up, poker cards. You'll come back. Whoever has the best hand, is the winner. So it gives you an opportunity to get out there on the water and tool around in the boat and have some fun while you're doing that and working with your team. We'll also look at doing kayak tours, around the facility if they want to just do something a lot more relaxing and a lot slower, so they really take in everything about the club. And then also opportunities for people to do things on their own. Obviously, there's golf down there. Ocean Reef has two courses. There's tennis. There's the spa. There's the saloon. There's putt-putt golf. But there's also the beach and the pool. If people just want to relax. So there's great things to do in terms of fun recreational activities that we'll have scheduled as part of the conference, but also people are going to be able to schedule on their own and do whatever they'd like to.
Yeah, and you've actually got a really special treat for the golfers who are going to be attending the conference. Tell us about that one, Henry.
Correct. On Sunday, May 17th, we're going to have our golf classic, and it's going to be at the Card Sound Club, which is a private club within Ocean Reef. It is a private golf club that is very spectacular. It's got great reviews, great ratings, and it's a very unique opportunity because not a lot of people get to play this club. So we're very excited that they're allowing us to do that. Card Sound Golf Club is a member of the National Club Association, and so they're providing the facility back to other members of the association so that they can take advantage of that.
Pretty cool perk right there. I mean, that's an ultra exclusive place that very few people ever get to play, and it's going to be kind of cool to be able to experience that during the conference. So let's get into the meat of the conference, which of course is the incredible education. And I say this a lot when we talk, but it's so true. You guys always bring in really unique topics and speakers that can speak to some of these things that you just don't hear at some of the other conferences in the industry. So tell us, Henry, who some of those speakers are going to be this year for you.
Yeah, Gabe, absolutely, and I appreciate that, and that's what we strive for at the National Club Conference, is to bring people in that our attendees are not going to be able to hear, somewhere else. And this year, we've got another great lineup, for us, headlined by Rick Riley, sports writer, formerly of Sports Illustrated and ESPN. Cool. Very big golfer, but very big in the sports community. So we're looking forward to that. And I think is a super interesting one is we have Shep and Ian Murray, who are the brothers and the co-founders of Vineyard Vines. I think most people are familiar with Vineyard Vines and the brand that it is. And
that whale logo always gets me. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got an incredibly interesting story of how they started. And they started with ties. They were both businessmen up in New York, and they just said, I'm tired of wearing these ties every single day, and I don't like these. So they decided, okay, well, we're going to make the best ties that are out there, and that's how they started their company. And they were selling them out of the trunk of their car.
I had no idea.
And that's how this. Yeah, and that's how this grew. But now it's about the brand. It's about the Vineyard Vines brand and everything that they've gotten into, and that's going to be very relatable to clubs. And so they'll be able to say, okay, well, how does Vineyard Vines live their brand, and what is their brand? And so what can clubs do? The same type of thing, because clubs have some amazing brands. So that's going to tie in very nicely. But the nice thing is also that they are members and residents at Ocean Reef Club, and so they're very connected to that community, even so that there is a Vineyard Vines store that is on the property at Ocean Reef Club. And so we're going to be doing a lot of things with them and with Vineyard Vines throughout the conference. So that is something that we're very, very excited about. Also have Tom Gartland, who's a former president of the North America Avis Budget Group, to talk about customer service and what they've done at that company to really put emphasis on that. And so clubs will be able to take from what he did at his company, how he instilled that model of customer service to make Avis as we know they try harder.
Right.
How can clubs take that message and then take it back to them as well. So very excited to have him. And then also Julia Coronado, who is an economist. She's the president and founder of Macro Policy Perspectives. Because we're, by May 2020, we're going to be interesting to see, where the economy is.
Right.
There's a lot of talk about, okay, are we entering into recession? Is there a recession? You wouldn't notice by what the market's doing and the unemployment numbers,
right.
But there's that fear out there. I mean, we've been in a long, up economy. And so at some point, it's going to, turn down. And so she's going to be able to give us perspective, apparently, of, when that might be, but more so, what can clubs do to prepare for, a downturn. And then also, what might some of those signs be that clubs could look for that, okay, it might be economy might be changing. Because we know that, clubs are one of the first things that are hit in a down economy, because members are, first thing they'll do is they'll drop their membership to a private club. So
right.
She's going to give a lot of great perspective perspective on where we are as a U.S. economy, but then also as a world economy and how that can affect clubs. So very excited to have that perspective from Julia, and then some other some fun things. Richard Weinstein, Senior Vice President at Ocean Reef Club, is going to talk about Ocean Reef Club and what it is. Everything from their marina to their 2 golf courses to their private airstrip to the 15 or so foundations that they have there, just to everything that they do that makes it such a amazing, unique place. So he's going to give everybody a good history and good background on the club, and then also he's going to set up tours. So if people want to see behind the scenes of the club and the access that you wouldn't normally get to see how they manage and run this facility. So that's going to be very, very interesting, I think, for a lot of people to really understand how does a place this big do what they do and do it so well. So that will be very interesting. And then we've got Joe Trauger, our Vice President of Government Relations, going to give us a latest update on all the legislative, regulatory, and legal activities and issues that are affecting the private club industry. Then we'll also have the 2019 Excellence in Club Management Award Winners panel. We did this for the first time this year.
That was my favorite session, by the way. I think we even aired it on Private Club Radio as its own episode because it was so good. So I'm excited for that one.
You did, absolutely, and so we are too. And so this is the awards that's done by McMahon Group and Club and Resort Business and National Club Association that really highlights the top general managers across the country, as well as a up-and-comer or a top assistant general manager. So we're excited to have that panel, again to share, what they've done that makes them so successful. And then again, we're going to do our club governance symposium. So the board members that come to the conference, we're going to have a breakout session for them of a couple hours where they can, really work with other, presidents and board members of clubs to talk about the issues that they're facing, get to know each other, and then hopefully be able to take back, to their clubs, a better perspective of their roles as presidents and what they should be looking for and doing at their club. And so, and that's just, tip of the iceberg. We're still looking at securing probably 4 or 5 more speakers, some big names. Can't announce them yet because they're not confirmed, but there'll be some other great speakers as well.
You always snag 1 or 2 really good celebrities. I know you had Eric Trump one year. You've had what was last year? You had the funny guy. I can't remember his name, but he was great. The guy who has like a talk show.
We had Tucker Carlson from Fox News.
Yeah, you had Tucker. But you also, I want to say like Stein, something Stein or something.
Okay. Oh, David Rubenstein.
Okay. Rubenstein, yes.
Yes.
Oh, he was
right,
awesome.
From
yeah.
the Carlyle Group.
Thank you for saving me there. Yeah, he was amazing.
No, he was good. It's funny you say talk show because that's sort of like his side job.
Right. Yeah, I know. He's a billionaire.
But no, he was.
Right.
He was great. We had Howard Milstein, chairman of the Nicholas Companies, and we had Justice Anthony Kennedy, talking to us in the Supreme Court. So, a lot of people came out of our conference in 2019 here in Washington D.C. and said, okay, well, how are you going to top this next year?
Right.
And so we're excited about that challenge. But first and foremost, we know that a location like Ocean Reef is going to be able to help us top it, and I think we will once we finalize all of our speakers as well as our events. It's going to be amazing.
Your conference caps out, so that it's really important that people get tickets ahead of time. I know tickets haven't quite opened for registration, but we want to make sure that they get ready for it. How big is the conference going to be this year? How many attendees are you expecting, Henry?
We're expecting about 250 attendees this year, and that is probably going to be the max that Ocean Reef can handle. And that's one of the nice things about our conference is that the size allows us to be able to go to Ocean Reef. And so, but there is a limit. So, we'll be opening registration in the not too distant future. But go ahead and, folks can save the date, that May 17th to the 19th in 2020 down at Ocean Reef. That'd be good to do that. And as soon as, we put word out there that registration is open, then I would encourage them to jump on it because I fully expect it to sell out because not only are, a lot of general managers saying that they're coming. They're saying they're bringing their board members, but then also that they're bringing their families because there is so much to do for their spouses or their guests. And I know they're just as excited about it as the managers who are attending.
Yes, absolutely. And so, I mean, I know a lot of clubs are going through their budget process right now. Put it on your calendar. Make sure that you've got money budgeted for this trip, May 17th through the 19th, Ocean Reef Club. It's one you cannot miss. Absolutely. Henry, any other parting words for us before I let you go?
Just that, again, some of the events that we're going to have is it will be utilizing the Key Largo Anglers Club.
Oh, nice.
Which is a wonderful club right next to Ocean Reef. Again, cool. A member of ours will be there for our VIP reception and dinner, and they have just redone their entire clubhouse and also built staff housing. So we'll be there, and this is wonderful because it's going to be an evening reception. It's on the west side of Key Largo, so everybody's going to be able to see the sunset over the water. What you think of when you think of the Keys. So that's going to be wonderful, and then we'll do a couple receptions and dinners and events at different facilities at Ocean Reef Club. To give people a real taste of what that has to offer, as well as we'll have our vendor showcase there. We've got 25, 30 vendors that are going to come in and be able to talk about their services and products that that can help clubs. So we're very excited about this. I say this every year that it's going to be the best one that we have. I truly think that it is, and I just hope that everybody takes advantage and comes down and joins us. To experience Ocean Reef, but then also, everything that we've got in terms of, superior speakers and just extraordinary experiences.
Yep. You continue to outdo yourselves year after year, and it sounds like people need to bring the Red Bull because that sounds like wall to wall action. So yeah, I will be practicing not sleeping for a few months, getting ready for that conference. Cause the other great thing about a conference like that in addition to like the amazing stuff you just mentioned in the speakers and the education, some of the real magic happens with just the after hours, things that, having cocktails with friends and colleagues at those things and just talking about what worked and what didn't work. And I hear the most interesting conversations happening after that conference wraps up because you get them all energized during the day and it just flows right through into the evening. So again, I love that conference. I love going there. I'll be there next year for sure. And can't wait to see some of these other speakers you're going to be announcing, Henry.
Outstanding, absolutely, Gabe, and we're glad that you're there and you're a part of it. We appreciate that, and you're right. A lot of the best things happen at this conference is done outside of the structured events, and so we plan for that. We allow for time for people to do that. Afternoons will be free that they can do things on their own, or they can do stuff that we've got scheduled. But then also, like after our opening evening reception, we know that people are going to probably head into the main bar and just continue it in there and be a informal another event. Yep. So we do allow and encourage and want people to do that type of networking and getting to know their fellow managers and learning that way.
Yep, it's going to be a great one. May 17th through the 19th. When registration opens, you'll be able to go to nationalclub.org, and that will open up in just a few weeks here. So Henry, again, thanks so much for being on Private Club Radio, and we'll catch you in a couple months here.
Sounds great, Gabe. Thank you so much.
Well, that's going to wrap things up this week here on Private Club Radio. Once again, next week will be episode 200. You're going to want to come back and listen to that one. Until then, here's to your membership success.
Private Club Radio is brought to you by Concert Golf Partners, helping to preserve and enhance private golf and country clubs. Visit concertgolfpartners.com to learn more about the recapitalization process.